So to uni ejuma, but we MPP ni, but uni ejuma, and so we NDC ni, we youth, when we school all right, but uni ejuma. So now for you need to Africana. We crown ya be to Africana, but second one. Because scan ga be ejuma kakra to Africana, akwa ye ejuma bu Dubai kra, so uni ejuma no. Meboa, but we MPP ni, we NDC ni. That is why you have to join me on this connected series. People say, how connected are you? Because there is a man who wants to create jobs for the ordinary Ghanaian. There is a man who would hold people accountable. Some MPs, no, ministers, no, or man represent him on time, or man office on time, obey you already. There is a man who has sounded these things since 2000. As early as 2007, Ghana at 50 airborne, no, Kassanyo we say, these parliamentarians go there and they are just trying to approve a budget or go for a loan of just about $5 million. This is 2007. There is a man who has stayed consistent and had conviction in one thing: create jobs, doing things big, doing things the Ghanaian way. There is a man who has always maintained that Ghanaians are so timid. Into new man can see with the natural resources. There is a man who has always stated that he doesn't understand how Ghana owns Gassen, but he about 1% pay from Gassen. There is a man who can say, Ghana had Ashanti gold fields, Obuasi mines, Anglo Gold Ashanti, but Ghana percentage quite 5%. There is a man who wants to change all of these things. There is a man who has mentioned times without number that he can create jobs. There is a man who has a proven track record. Yes, almost a reckless talker, just because of his passion. Just because he sees all of these people looting and sharing. There is a man who is bold enough to say, I can stand in the way and make all of these things change. And that is the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Say, how connected are you? This is a passionate battle, because as in the early years before Baba 2025, this man kept on sounding the same thing. And he said, no any presidential ambition there, but no, cut the same things. Ghana, there is so much on tap from Ghana. Yensha India, Yensha China, Yensha Malaysia, Yensha Singapore. Dear Ben, no money me saying as Ghanaians. But right now, most of our youth are even trying to seek greener pastures outside. Why? Because there's no job. Most of our qualified nurses and experienced nurses are trying to fly out of Ghana because there is a man who wants to change all of these things, but a man for that's almost blocking it, because all of these politicians always want to have a field day. They want weak leaders to be able to exploit the system into year in year out. We have $78 million. You have see cathedral. You but you pay $53 million. You say. You hear all of these things, and it's absurdity. You hear that you're importing a more billions of dollars. Abra, you want to very fertile. You hear that the tomatoes every Burkina Faso back into Ghana. Abra, you all north. I want the same temperature as Burkina Faso. And this bit my pie tomatoes, papa. But we've always had weak leaders, or leaders are among Jane in that tangent. Now, after when you'll be at this critical stage, when everybody has lost trust in Ghana, no person free Ghana, no. This is not even about MPP or NDC ideologies. This is about the fundamental principles to survival, the fundamental principles to getting Ghana forward. No big brothel. Let's listen to this man, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, as early as 2005 and 7. When Ghana was 50 years and he was having an interview. Look at how passionate he was, and look at the things he was talking about. And tell me, if it's lying. No. Let's listen to it.
A lot of politicians are afraid to talk about it. But we need to talk about it. Let the people know when you are at fault, you are at fault. Go home. Let another person. You see, if I fire David today, the gentleman sitting here coming to take over your position will question, why was David fired?
So I say, If I fire David today, the gentleman in your position because we late fire. No, this is the person we need for Ghana. Today I want to ask, how connected are you? Are you connecting yourself? Because Ejumano Baba Ghana in Puntium is going to begin to happen. All these investments, we are going to begin to see it live and colored. And your friend, I will be fighting for the your friends say to stop Galamsey. Don't stop Galamsey. Ejumano where are the more? How do you get these people to believe that there is more money in vegetation, there is more money in cocoa, there is more money in planting cassava than Galamsey for them to go and do? How do you get people to believe in it? Because there is nobody showing the youth. But Obi Obaba, Obetima appointee MP, Minister Wewamantem, Mejinedi. We haven't had that president yet. But this is a man promising you that Obi Netimpa, Obi Nedi. Of course, these leaders will stand against it because because Akufo-Addo can say Obaba be protected the public purse, but NC because he was not firm enough. But this guy is Obia. He was no, he doesn't in his businesses into Obetimaye. Why are you not connecting? You are a youth. How are you connecting? Please connect. You should be connected now. This is not an MPP or an NDC battle. This is the guy doing the right things privately, and he wants to put it or scale it up so that the whole of Ghana benefits from it.
If he gets the reason for David being fired, he sits up by correcting himself that if I also repeat the same mistake, I'll be fired. And therefore, he will make sure he doesn't repeat the same thing. That moves the company up.
Would you describe Ghanaians as timid?
Naturally, we are timid because we are not bold to take decisions, big decisions. Okay? You come to parliament, sometimes these days I don't even talk. I'll only be running around, because you see a whole parliamentarian, 230 parliamentarians, we are approving a loan of $5 million.
Mediocre.
That's a big insult.
Good.
$5 million? Please. I mean, you go to meetings in US, China, and people talk big. One day, a short guy in Hong Kong, he just looked at us and said, listen, we want to build Ghana like we built Dubai. I didn't even know that Dubai today, it was China through Hong Kong. Said they had an agreement with Dubai for 50 years. If they produce this bottle of water, $1, in 50 years, it will still be $1. They wanted to do that here. I know what a guy told us, Ken, I hear you're a big guy, but look, we are not talking about your 10, 50 containers. Right there, he disrespected us.
It means too small.
Yeah, it's okay. We are not talking about 10, 50 containers that the Africans come here. We're talking about building the whole city, bringing products there, then you distribute it through the whole Africa. You see, a short guy thinking big and dissing me that, we're not talking about 50 containers. And I admire the guy. I look at his office and the ambience, and I couldn't even respond because the office speaks it for itself.
Yes.
That yes, the guy deserves whatever.
You are impatient for Ghana, you.
I am not impatient for Ghana. I want us to move. We take consolation in the fact that we are just 50 years. 50 years, my brother. A lot of people were born and they did not even live to see the 50 years. So don't take consolation in the fact that we are only 50 years. The word only I don't want to hear. Compare yourself to Malaysia. Compare yourself to India. If you go to India, it's not an extraordinary place. But you see, this small office, you see an Indian creating his own thing and selling it. I have a rice mill in my hometown. And a guy just built it at his backyard. Case closed.
This is a guy who has always had this fire in his belly. This is the guy who has told us the same thing consistently, but he did not even have a presidential ambition. He wanted to push him to up the ladder, not some leaders now, but they failed to deliver. So because Washa constantly asks, and you reduce the president to say common class prefect. Mobile. Newman Ketenketia, or the accolator of faith, crash the helms of affairs. So, that is what these leaders are doing. But this guy has always had this fire in his belly. Today, maybe I say, how connected are you? Just get connected. Because this is a revolution. This is a revolution. And what's here then? Yes, sir. Oh, Pastor Otina Ghana. Uniscata Sami, Untini Tukoi. Wachini be when the Munibi. You must pray for impuntio for Ghana. Into your bolder, obey my general also. Obey my Canada, on Srobia, own is Canada and San Obababe, our in businesses that and San Obababe. You might as well want to support it. America, Trump Trump introduce Dodge department. Office of Mobile of Government Efficiency take government expenditures into the US aid cancel because Trump feels it waste taxpayers' money and combat media America yes offense American government but remote. Trump said no you cancel government you have to be in the office and you have to be there on time. And yes, what if you now when you need to track your performance? These are the things that's happening. America introduce you. Look at what they have gotten to, but they are still hard. Nigeria, developing country. How long would we stay as a developing country? Look at the human resource we have. Look at the level of qualifications people in Ghana have. But here. Amoko common Dubai, akwa warehouse ejuma. Amoko all of these UAE countries just some peanuts as low as 700 dirham, as low as 900 dirham. Graduates are moving just to be what? Helpers in another country. Abra Saadi no kibet maji wayemaimu. And this is a man that is determined. Please get connected. How connected are you? This is the Connected series. I am Emmanuel the 600. You can call me 600 a God, and I am connected. So get connected, and I'm signing out.